Hi, I'm William Byrne. 31 years ago, I wrote, illustrated, and self-published a 24-page black and white comic book called Max Burger P.I. Max Burger P.I. is about a mutant hamburger private investigator, born from a microwave explosion 17 years ago, who solves crimes and battles his brother the Mad Burger, part cyborg, part hamburger, and who lives in the sewers and plots to take over the world and reshape it to his dark vision. Now I'm planning to re-release Max Burger P.I. number 1 in a longer 48-page story with all new art. I hope you will back my Indiegogo campaign. Thank you. Hey, welcome everyone. Morning. It's Wednesday. Thought I'd come online for a bit and chit chat. See who will come in. We can talk to a few people here if you want to come in. So yeah, I got it's getting kind of down, 14 days, and yeah, I'll be here. I'll get it launched. So if you happen to know the link, you're friends with me on Facebook, and you happen to see the link for the Indiegogo sign-up page, please do that. That will help me out a lot, and that will get the campaign going off to a smashing start. Yeah, I'm just looking at some stuff here. I noticed that Mark Waid is coming back to DC Comics in December and may write Superman. Veteran comic book writer Mark Waid is making his way back to DC by the end of the year to write a tie-in for their upcoming crossover event. In recent solidifications for Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last Stories of DC Universe, number 1, Waid's name is listed among the issue's contributing writers. While breaths of any deal are currently unknown to the public, the possibility exists that this return may be for the long haul. Well, they do need a writer for Superman anyway, because I think Bendis is done with Superman in December. And it says here, other writers features in the one-shot include Gail Simone, Scott Snyder, James Tyron IV, Jeff Lemire, and Joshua Williamson, plus many more. Waid's return coincides with the recent departures of both former DC co-publisher Dan DiDio and one-time editor-in-chief Bob Harras, who both had their separate issues with Waid from the comic book publisher. Dito both hired and fired Waid during his venture, which resulted in the Kingdom Come writer being disallowed to ever pen an issue of Superman, the title he always dreamed of writing. He did, however, retell Clark Kent's origin in the Superman Birthright miniseries, drawn by Lin Yu. Former publisher Paul Levy also denied Waid the privilege of working on the Man of Steel during this time at DC. Waid's problem with Harras goes way back to the days at Marvel when the House of Ideals fired Harras. Waid called him a two-faced, cowardly liar and blamed him for more than any single human being alive for the downfall of comics in the 1990s. Given that Mark Waid's homecoming also occurs with the end of Michael Bendetta's run on Superman, set to wrap up in December, the current belief is that Waid will finally get the shot to write a Superman ongoing that he has lusted after for years. It is also possible that Waid could return to the Scarlet Speedster, as his return also coincides with the Josh Williams departure from The Flash. At 2017 WonderCon, Waid declared another dream project of his was Shazam. that one was in my sights, he said at the time. Waid hasn't been on DC's payroll since 2008. In the past decade plus, he has served as chief and editor of Boom Studios and currently serves as publisher for Humanoids. He has been prolific at Marvel too. I've written his latest story for the publisher Fantastic Four, featuring art by Neil Adams, just earlier this year. However, the author has also suffered a recent string of self-inflicted hits to his reputation. Between the harassment by his followers directed by Antarctica Press publisher Ben Dunn, the infamous defamation suit filed by Jawbreaker creator Richard C. Meyer for tenuous interference, and his tendency to label everyone he disagrees with, from Meyer to YouTuber, just some guy, white supremacist confidence in Waid's character is at an all-time low. So what do you think of Waid coming back? I did like some of his writing back in the past. But I don't know. I haven't read anything from him lately. I haven't seen any of his stuff in Marvel. I don't read a lot of Marvel stuff anymore. I'm more of a DC person, but I'm starting to get away from DC. I'm looking more into independent stuff. I support independents a lot better. I like them a lot better than the mainstream stuff. So yeah, what kind of books do you read? Do you read any DC independent? Do you like to support independent people? So I was doing some thought thinking yesterday about the book, because I was going to add some new story into the book, but I looked at it. None of the stories are working well. So I'm deciding I'm going to do something different to add more pages. I'm not going to do pinups. But sometimes I find pinups a bit boring for the end of the book. Because I got the villain. He's gonna have his issue to shine in the third issue. So I'm going to do it from there. And that way, make it more interesting, So what do you usually like in comic books? If you like to read comic books, do you want more stories? Do you mind if they're in black and white, color, and all that stuff? Just looking at some stuff. There's stuff that's going on in movies and stuff like that. I don't see that much in comic books, I guess, because of the pandemic, going on. I see there's some rumors going on that Sony's developing a Spider-Girl project. This is a new rumor details that Sony will continue to expand its Spider-Man properties with a Spider-Girl project. New rumor comes from Fandom Wire, who states that Sony's developing a Spider-Girl project. They didn't provide any other details on the project, but speculated that it's highly likely it will be a film project in the vein of Venom and upcoming Morbius film. Spider-Girl is a title that a number of Marvel characters have used over the years. It's been the title of Anna May Parker, April Parkett, Ashley Barton, Jessica Drew, May Parker, Petria Parker, and even Kitty Pryde. However, the most recent Spider-Girl is Tanya Crozon. If anybody can help me pronounce that properly. Anya Sophia Crozonian was created by Fiona Avery and Mark Brooks. She was first introduced in Amazing Fantasy Volume 2, Number 1, in August 2004 as Aria. She would eventually make her debut as Spider-Girl in Young Allies Volume 2, Issue 5. Anya is a high school student who ends up finding herself involved in an ancient conflict between the Sisterhood of the Wasp and the Spider Society. She inserts herself into the conflict by intercepting a knife blow aimed at the Spider Society's sorcerer named Miguel. In order to save her life, Miguel performs a ritual that inducts her into the Spider Society to become a new hunter for the Society. The ritual activates Anya's latent abilities, which includes the ability to grow a blue ectoskeleton. However, it takes a couple of days for her powers to activate. They eventually manifest when she dropped into the middle of the desert by Miguel and the Spider Society as part of a training exercise. After seeing a vision of her mother, her exoskeleton activates, and she defeats the entire pack of wolves. As part of the Spider Society, Anya would go on to combat the Sisterhood of the Wasp, but she would eventually replenish the power of the Hunter to another member of the Spider Society. However, she would continue to act as an active hero. She would later be involved in Marvel's Civil War storyline, joining the Register's heroes side and partnering them with Ms. Marvel and Carol Danvers. The following Civil War storyline, she would find herself involved in the Grim Hunt storyline as the Kravinoff family attempt to rescue Kraven the Hunter. At the conclusion of the storyline, she would be given a new costume by the newly appointed Madam Web. However, despite the new costume, she would still maintain her superhero identity. It wasn't until the Young Allies miniseries that she took on the mantle of Spider-Girl, and in fact, she only took on the name to avoid confusion after Jessica Drew start calling herself Spider-Girl. What do you think of this new rumor? Yeah, so I don't know. So there's more stuff coming from Sony. I don't know, as long as it's good, you know. Don't mind, you know. I've never read Spider-Girl, so there's supposed to be somebody here, a Dunkirk actor, Harry Styles, to appear in an upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universal film. So it looks like there's, you know, some comic book stuff that's going to be coming out. So I'm playing with this off camera here, so you don't wonder what I'm doing. This thing is always... I got one side. I did have one side done, the green, but I couldn't do anything else with it. So doing it again. So, yeah, I got 14 days to count down to launch. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about it. You know, I've had some Kickstarters I wasn't happy with. And I did come pretty close to reaching my goal in Kickstarter. And then I had to repackage everything over and try it again. But the artist got fed up. He didn't like that I was doing it so many times, and I just end up leaving. So this is why I'm doing Max Burger. This is my own project. I can't quit on myself, and I'm going to keep going at it. Going to make this successful. Going to have a whole bunch of perks for you if you back it. I even throw in some extra stuff. I probably won't even put in the perks. I'm going to have to look through it again, probably at the weekend, and make sure everything is up and going with that. So, and that one had sound. Yeah. I'm just jumping back and forth to Facebook here. I just turned off Facebook, so I don't have any distractions. So how's everybody doing today on Wednesday? It's the middle of the week. Is work doing okay? Or are you still in lockdown? I'm still trying to figure out the Facebook thing. I do see people coming in. I know it's a nasty thing to look at. But I do see numbers coming in. And then they disappear. I don't know if it's something I say or it's maybe just Facebook. There's a problem with Facebook. It'll only show the numbers for a bit because I do have a message coming up when I go into my StreamYard to that there is a problem with Facebook. So, hey, Dell. What's this? Ragu? Yeah, I can't. Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I can't pronounce that other word here. Sergeant, is it Sergeant Ragu? Yeah, take that out. Yeah. So how you doing, Dell? Everything's going okay. House wasn't blown away or anything. It wasn't a week or so or two where you had a tornado or something coming through. And yeah, did you hear about the news about the Spider-Girl project Sony's developing? And I don't know. Sounds interesting. I've never read the book, so I don't know that much about the character. I did read some of the Spider-Girl ones that I think it was Tom DeFalco wrote. I read some of those. There was a future of Peter Parker's daughter, Mayday or something like that, Mayday Parker. And it looks like here, looking at some stuff here, Snake Eyes says Snake Eyes G.I. Joe's origin star Henry Golding once radically altered James Bond. Snake Eyes G.I. Joe origin star Henry Golding recently declared he wants to radically alter film icon James Bond, much like he's doing with Snake Eyes. In an interview with United Kingdom The Guardian, Golding was asked about James Bond and whether it was time for Hollywood to introduce the first half East Asian 007. Golding responded, "It is the opportunity for change. It may be it female, male, bi, gay, straight, trans, Asian, black, Latino. He continued, now it's time for our history where it doesn't matter. It is the most amazing feeling, so the possibilities are endless. When he asked if he was approached by anybody on the Bond team, Golding stated, I'm not being drawn into this trap. Golding previously discussed the possibility of playing Bond with Attitude magazine. He told the publication, it seems to be a question that always comes up. It's always definitely from Crazy Rich. Maybe the scene with the white suit coming out of the park. And because I'm Asian, everyone's fighting for a diverse Bond. Sorry, white guys, I don't know. It's an honor to even be in the conversation. It's one of the greatest film roles ever. You'd be stupid like, I don't want to do that shit, Golding continued. Then he added, no, it would be the wildest ride. I'm super excited to see Daniel Craig's last venture. But isn't it great that we're having this conversation? Golding concluded saying, it isn't great that people are like, okay, it is time. Why? How can't we have a black Bond or an Asian Bond, a mixed race Bond, a non-distinct Bond? It says here, Ian Fleming originally described James Bond in Casino Royale. He wrote, as he tied his thin, double-ended black satin tie, he paused for a moment, examined himself levelly in the mirror. His gray-blue eyes looked calmly back, with a hint of iconically inquiry, and a short lock of black hair, which would never stay in place, slowly subside to form a thick comma above his right eyebrow, with a thin vertical scar down his right cheek. The general effect was faintly pyrical. Not much of a Hoagie Carmichael there, thought Bond, as he filled a flat, light gunmetal box with 50 of the Moreland cigarettes with triple gold band. Mathis had told him of the girl's commitment. Hoagie Carmichael was an American actor, singer, and songwriter who composed the songs Stardust, Georgia on My Mind, The Nearness of You in the Heart and Soul. He won the Emmy Award for the Best Song in 1951 in the Cool, Cool, Cool of the Evening. Golding isn't the only actor who wants to radically alter James Bond. Suicide actor Idris Elba spoke to Variety about changing Bond back in 2018. He started, there's no such thing as a black Bond. Are we interested in having a Bond character other than a male? That it could be a woman, could be a black man, black woman, it could be a white woman. That character, everyone would like to have, do something different with it. Why not? Former Bond actor Pierce Brosnan also expressed his interest in having Bond changed. He told The Hollywood Reporter back in September 2019, I think we watched the guys do it for the last 40 years. Get out of the way, guys, and put a woman up there. I think it would be accelerating. It'd be exciting. Brosnan went on to say that Bond has to change for the hashtag Me Too movement as well. He explained, I think we're watching the guys do it for the last 40 years. Get out of the way, guys, and put a woman up there. I think it would be exhilarating. It would be exciting. The Thor actor Chris Hemsworth would also call for radical change to James Bond. Speaking with an Australian morning show, Sunrise, in February 2018, Hemsworth stated, yeah, look, any actor would jump at the opportunity. I'm certainly a fan. A whole lot of pressure comes with that. Though I think the Bond fan base is more critical than the comic book fan base. He then added, but I don't know. There's plenty of guys that would do a better job than I would. Plenty of English men or women that could possibly take over that one. Current James Bond actor Daniel Craig has also advocated for radically altering the character. In 2019, British tabloid The Mirror reported that Craig stated, "I think that everyone should be considerate. Also, for women and for African Americans, there should be great parts anyway across the board." While a number of male actors have advocated for radical change altering Bond, female actors have stated the opposite. Bond girl Eva Green, who played Vesper Lind in Casino Royale, told Vanity Fair that James Bond should remain a man. She explains, "I am for women, but I really think James Bond should remain as a man. It doesn't make sense for him to be a woman." Green added, "Women can play different parts, different types of characters, be in action movies and be superheroes, but James Bond should always be a man, not be a Jane Bond. There's history with a character that should continue. He should be played by a man." Daniel Craig's wife and Black Widow actress Rachel Weisz also noted that James Bond should not be female. She told the Telegram Fleming devoted an awful lot of time to write this popular character, who is particularly male and relates to a particular way to women. She added, "Why not create your own story rather than jumping in the shoulders of being compared to all those other male priesters? Women are really fascinated and interesting and should get their own stories." Bond producers Barbara Barcali also declared that Bond would stay male back in October 2018. She told The Guardian, "Bond is male. He's a male character. He's written as a male, and I think he should stay male." Barcani continued, "And that's fine. We don't have to turn male characters into women. Let's just create some more female characters and make the story fit those female characters." She declared, "It was written in the 50s, so there's certain things in Bond DNA that are probably not going to change." However, she did note that she believes that the franchise can change and adapt, but look at the way the world has changed. And I think Bond comes through and transformed with the times. I've tried to do my part, and I think I'm particularly with the Daniel Craig films, they have become much more current in terms of the way women are viewed. One thing does appear to be clear. Actors like Golding will continue to activate for radical altering iconic characters like James Bond, despite how they were originally created and have been traditionally depicted. How do you make of Golding's comments? I really think that James Bond should stay as a man. So what do you think? Do you think Bond should stay as a male or go as a female? I think they should just leave it alone. And I agree with the producer of James Bond that it should be new characters should be written. Why can't you write new characters? We're creatively stumped. We can't do that. Yeah, you can do that. Don't be lazy. So that's I think that's ridiculous. Yeah, let's not change James Bond. So I got some stuff to do today. I think I'm just gonna call it quits for the for this. I know it's a short one. If you're welcome to come on to the show anytime you like. Just send me a message on Facebook. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook and you want to get on the show. I love talking about comic books, people's process and stuff like that. So everybody's got their So yeah, you're welcome to come onto the show, and we can discuss about comic books or anything like that you want to do. If you want to come in. Now I've noticed some here on Facebook. A friend of mine has noticed that the Bill and Ted film is great. Who's seen the Bill and Ted movie? Do you like it? I haven't seen it yet. I don't go out. I'm not going out very often, very much because of the pandemic. So. Maybe I'll wait until it comes on DVD or something like that, or But yeah, I'm going to call this quits. So everybody have a good day, and we'll chat with you later. Okay, bye-bye.